You know what stops most people? Fear. Fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of what people might say if they mess up. But let me tell you something. You can't tiptoe through life trying not to mess up. You can't hold back, hoping everything falls perfectly into place. If you want to make something happen, you've got to go all in. No safety net, no plan B, because the second you give yourself a plan B, you've already admitted you don't fully believe in plan A. Now let's get real for a second. People will tell you always have a backup plan. They mean well, they think it's practical, but the truth is, having a backup plan makes you soft. It gives you an out when things get tough. And let me be straight with you, things will get tough. That's guaranteed. Life will throw punches, you'll get knocked down, and you'll have moments where you start doubting yourself. But that's when you've got to ask yourself, how bad do I really want this? If the answer is anything less than, I'll do whatever it takes, then guess what? Plan B starts looking real comfortable. That cushion, that fallback, becomes your focus. And plan A, it slips away before you even notice. You can't half commit to greatness. It's all or nothing. You've got to burn the ships, baby. If you want to take the island, you burn the ships. No retreat, no surrender. Listen, when you have a single goal, one vision, one dream that consumes you, you operate on a different level. You wake up with purpose, you work with intention, and you rest knowing you gave it your all. There's clarity in that focus. There's power in saying, this is what I'm here to do, and I will not stop until it's done. Let me tell you something about doubt. Doubt isn't real. Doubt is just a story you're telling yourself about why you can't do something. But here's the plot twist. You're the author of that story. You can rewrite it anytime you want. You can tell yourself, I'm not good enough, or you can tell yourself, I'm unstoppable. The choice is yours. But if you're going all in, if you've decided there's no plan B, then there's no room for doubt. None. You don't entertain it, you don't argue with it, you just shut it down. And let's talk about work. Oh, you want to work. You're going to hustle harder than you ever thought possible. You're going to push past exhaustion, past frustration, past every excuse your mind throws at you. Why? Because this isn't optional. This isn't a hobby. This is your purpose, your mission, your legacy. And when you're locked in on that, nothing can stop you. People might not understand. They'll tell you to slow down, to be realistic, to play it safe. That's because they don't see what you see. They don't feel what you feel. But it's not their job to understand your vision. It's your job to make it real. Let your results do the talking. Let your success silence the doubters. And yeah, there will be failures along the way. There will be moments when you fall flat on your face. But let me tell you something about failure. It's not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Every failure is a lesson, a stepping stone, a chance to get better. You only truly fail when you quit. And guess what? You're not quitting because you don't have a plan B. You don't have an escape route. All you have is the road ahead, and you're gonna walk it, crawl it, run it, whatever it takes to get where you're going. Discipline is your best friend in this game. Motivation will come and go, but discipline shows up every day. Discipline says, I don't care how you feel, we've got work to do. And when you're chasing that one goal, discipline is what will carry you through the tough times. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers. So embrace it, build it, make it your foundation. Now, let's talk about fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. It's all just noise. Fear isn't real, remember? It's a projection of what might happen, not what will happen. And here's the kicker. Most of the things you're afraid of, they never actually happen. So why let fear hold you back? Why let it stop you from chasing the thing you want most? Instead, let it fuel you. Let it remind you that you're alive, that you're pushing boundaries, that you're doing something worth doing. You're going to have to make sacrifices. That's the price of greatness. You might miss out on parties, on sleep, on comfort, but those sacrifices are temporary. The rewards, those last a lifetime. When you're locked in on one goal, every sacrifice becomes a step closer to victory. You don't see it as losing something, you see it as gaining everything. There will be moments when it feels like the whole world is against you, When nothing seems to go right, when progress feels slow, when doubt creeps in and whispers, maybe this isn't for you. But that's when you dig deeper. That's when you remind yourself why you started, what's at stake, and what you're fighting for. Because this isn't just about achieving a goal. It's about becoming the person who can achieve that goal. It's about growth, resilience, and proving to yourself that you are capable of extraordinary things. And let me tell you this, the moment you reach that goal, the moment you look back and see how far you've come, how much you've overcome, it's indescribable. It's worth every ounce of effort, every drop of sweat, every sleepless night. You'll realize that the journey was just as important as the destination, that the struggles shaped you, the sacrifices strengthened you, and the focus made you unstoppable. So here's the deal, no plan B, none. Commit fully, wholeheartedly, and unapologetically to your one goal. Go all in, give it everything you've got, and don't stop until you've crushed it. The world doesn't need more people playing it safe. The world needs more people like you, people who dream big, who go hard, and who never back down. You've got this. But here's the thing, when you decide there's no plan B, you're not just making a decision, you're making a declaration. You're telling the universe, this is it. I'm here and I'm not leaving without what I came for. That kind of energy, that kind of focus, it shifts everything. Opportunities show up, not because they weren't there before, but because now you're ready to see them. You're tuned in. When you've got that laser focus, distractions fade, noise disappears, and you start moving with purpose. The truth is, most people never commit to anything in their lives. They dip their toes in the water, test it out, and the moment it feels uncomfortable, they're out. They're on to the next shiny object, the next easy path. But you're not most people. You've made a decision. And a real decision means cutting off all other options. It means saying, this is my path, and I'm walking it no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets. Think about this. Every time you focus on one thing, your energy multiplies. When you split your focus, when you hedge your bets, when you play it safe, you're dividing that energy. But when you lock in on one goal, when you pour everything you've got into it, you become unstoppable. It's like a magnifying glass under the sun. Spread the sunlight everywhere and nothing happens. But focus that light on one spot and it ignites a fire. That's what you're doing. You're starting a fire with your focus, and nothing, absolutely nothing, is gonna put it out. You're going to face temptations to quit. You'll see people around you choosing the easy way out, settling for mediocrity, living lives of quiet desperation. And for a moment, you might wonder if they've got it right. But let me remind you, comfort is a cage. It might feel safe, but it traps you. It keeps you from growing, from evolving, from becoming who you're meant to be. If you're chasing comfort, you'll never find fulfillment. True fulfillment comes from the struggle, from the grind, from knowing you gave it your all, no matter the cost. There's a reason why most people don't achieve their dreams is because they stop too soon. They hit one roadblock and they turn back. They face one rejection and they give up. But success? It's reserved for the stubborn, for the people who refuse to quit, who keep going when it feels impossible, who dig deeper when everyone else would have walked away. You've got to be one of those people. You got to make the decision that no matter what happens, no matter how hard it gets, you're in this for the long haul. And let me tell you something about hard work. It doesn't lie. You can fake a lot of things, but you can't fake the results of hard work. It shows. It shows in the way you carry yourself, in the way you perform, in the way you succeed. When you put in the work, the results come. Maybe not immediately, maybe not in the way you expect it, but they come. That's the beauty of effort. It always pays off. Effort, it always pays off. You just have to stay patient, stay consistent, and keep showing up. And don't get it twisted. This isn't about being perfect. Perfection is a trap. It's an excuse to not even start. Forget about being perfect. Focus on being better. Focus on growth, on progress, on getting just a little closer to your goal every single day. Because every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer. And over time, those small steps add up to something massive. That's how greatness is built. Not in a single moment, but in the countless moments of effort, of discipline, of choosing to move forward even when it's hard. You've got to protect your mind too. Your mindset is your most powerful weapon, and you've got to guard it fiercely. Don't let negativity in. Don't let doubt in. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who challenge you, who push you to be better. Distance yourself from those who drain your energy, who make you question your dreams, who try to pull you down. Your environment matters. The people you spend your time with matter. Make sure they're lifting you up, not holding you back. And let's not forget the power of visualization. Close your eyes and see it. See the goal, see the dream, see yourself achieving it, feel it, taste it, smell it. Make it so real in your mind that you can't help but chase it with everything you've got. When you visualize success, you prime your brain for it. You create a mental blueprint, and then you start working to bring it to life. It's not some magical shortcut. It's a tool, a way to focus your energy and remind yourself of where you're going. You're going to need patience too. Success doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't follow your timeline or your schedule. It comes when it's ready, and your job is to be ready for it, to keep showing up, to keep doing the work, to keep believing, even when it feels like nothing's happening. Because trust me, something is always happening. Even when you can't see it, even when it feels like you're stuck, progress is being made. Seeds are being planted, foundations are being built. You just have to keep going long enough to see the results. And here's a little secret. The journey is the reward. I know that sounds cliche, but it's the truth. When you look back, it won't just be the achievement that you're proud of. It'll be the process, the late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, the lessons, the growth. That's what you'll cherish. That's what will define you. The goal is important, but the person you become in pursuit of that goal, that's everything. So don't shy away from the hard stuff. Don't wish for it to be easier. Wish to be stronger. Wish to be smarter. Wish to be more disciplined. Because every challenge, every setback, every obstacle, it's all shaping you, preparing you, making you into the person who can achieve the dream. Embrace it. Welcome it. Let it fuel you, not scare you. And let's not forget about gratitude. Even as you hustle, even as you push yourself to new limits, don't lose sight of what you already have. Gratitude keeps you grounded. It reminds you of how far you've come, of the blessings in your life, of the opportunities in front of you. When you're grateful, you operate from a place of abundance, not scarcity. And that mindset, it's a game changer. You've got to stay hungry too. Don't let success make you complacent. Don't let small wins make you lose sight of the big picture. Celebrate your progress, but keep your eyes on the prize. There's always another level to reach, another mountain to climb, another challenge to conquer. Stay humble, stay hungry, and keep moving forward. Now, let me ask you something. If not now, when? If not you, who? This is your time. This is your moment. There's no plan B, no fallback, no escape route, just you, your goal, and the relentless pursuit of making it happen. You've got everything you need inside you, the strength, the courage, the determination. It's all there. All you have to do is use it. All you have to do is believe in it. So what are you waiting for? The clock is ticking, and the world is waiting for you to show up, to step up, to make your mark. You've got this. You've always had this. Now go out there and prove it. Here's the thing about going all in. It's lonely sometimes. Not everyone is going to understand what you're doing, and that's okay. It's not their job to understand your vision. It's yours. People will question you, doubt you, and try to talk you out of it. They'll say things like, "Why are you working so hard?" Or "What if it doesn't work out?" But let me tell you this. When they're saying those things, they're speaking from their own limitations, not yours. They're projecting their fears, their doubts, their insecurities onto you. Don't let it stick. Don't let someone else's fears become your reality. You've got to build an unshakable belief in yourself. Not because you're arrogant, but because you know what you're capable of. You've seen your own potential, and you're not willing to settle for less. And let's be real, believing in yourself isn't easy. It's a skill you have to work on every single day. You've got to drown out the noise, silence the inner critic, and remind yourself that you're here for a reason. That reason? To win, to crush your goal. And while we're on the subject of belief, let me say this. Belief isn't enough on its own. Belief gets you started, but action is what keeps you going. You can have all the faith in the world, but if you're not putting in the work, it means nothing. So yeah, believe in yourself, believe in your dream, but then back it up with massive, relentless action. Get up early, stay up late, and make things happen. Because no one else is going to do it for you. No one's coming to save you. This is your fight, and you've got to be willing to throw every punch, take every hit, and keep moving forward. Let's talk about the grind for a second. The grind isn't glamorous. It's not pretty. It's not the highlight reel you see on social media. The grind is messy. It's waking up before the sun, working while everyone else is partying, and pushing through when your body is screaming for rest. It's doing the boring stuff, the hard stuff, the stuff no one else wants to do. But guess what? That's what separates the winners from the losers. The people who are willing to grind are the ones who win. Period. End of story. And yeah, you're gonna have days when you don't feel like it. Days when the motivation isn't there. When the fire feels like it's gone out. Those are the days that matter the most. Anyone can show up when they're feeling good, when they're inspired, when everything's going their way. But the real champions, they show up on the hard days. They show up when it's raining, when they're tired, when they'd rather be anywhere else. Because they know that consistency beats intensity. Showing up every day beats showing up once in a while. And over time, those small, consistent actions add up to something huge. You've got to stop worrying about what other people think too. People are always going to have opinions. They're always going to judge, criticize, and try to bring you down. But guess what? Their opinions don't pay your bills. Their opinions don't build your dream. So why let them matter? Why give them power? The only opinion that matters is yours. The only voice you need to listen to is the one inside you saying, keep going. You're almost there. And let me tell you something about failure. It's a gift. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Failure is how you learn. Failure is how you grow. Every time you fail, you're getting one step closer to success. You're figuring out what works, what doesn't, and how to do it better next time. So don't fear failure. Embrace it, welcome it, let it teach you what you need to know, because every great success story is built on a foundation of failures. The difference between winners and losers is simple. Winners don't stop when they fail. They use it as fuel. They use it to get better, stronger, smarter. Think about the legends, the people who changed the world, the ones whose names we still remember. They weren't afraid to fail. They failed over and over again, but they didn't quit. They didn't let failure define them. They let it refine them. And that's what you've got to do. Every time you fall, get back up. Every time you stumble, keep moving. Every time you doubt yourself, remind yourself why you started, because the only way you lose is if you quit. And let me say this, don't compare your journey to anyone else's. It's easy to look around and feel like you're behind, like everyone else is ahead of you, like you're not doing enough. But comparison is the thief of joy. Your journey is yours. Your timeline is yours. Focus on your path, your progress, your growth, because the only person you're competing with is the person you were yesterday. Keep getting better, keep leveling up, and don't waste energy worrying about what anyone else is doing. You've got to have a big why, a reason so strong that it pulls you through the tough times. Why are you doing this? Who are you doing it for? What's at stake if you don't succeed? When your why is strong enough, nothing can stop you. Not fear, not doubt, not setbacks. Your why is your anchor. It's what keeps you grounded, focused, and relentless. So dig deep, find that reason, hold on to it. Let it drive you every single day. And let's not forget about passion. Passion is what fuels you. It's what keeps the fire burning when everything else feels like it's falling apart. But here's the thing about passion. It's not enough. Passion will get you started, but discipline will get you to the finish line. So combine the two. Let your passion ignite the spark, and let your discipline keep the fire going. That's the formula for success. You've got to trust the process too. Success doesn't happen in a straight line. It's messy, unpredictable, and full of twists and turns. But if you keep showing up, if you keep putting in the work, the process will get you where you need to go. Trust it. Even when it feels like nothing's happening, trust it. Even when progress feels slow, trust it, because the process works as long as you don't quit. And remember this, you're stronger than you think. You've got more in you than you realize. When things get tough, when you feel like you can't go on, dig deep. There's another level inside you. There's more strength, more resilience, more power. Tap into it. Use it. You've got one life, one shot, no do-overs, no rewinds, no second chances. So why not go all in? Why not give it everything you've got? Why not leave it all on the table? Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you're not going to regret the things you did. You're going to regret the things you didn't do, the chances you didn't take, the dreams you didn't chase. So don't hold back. Don't play small. This is your time. This is your moment. Make it count. Now, go get it. When you decide there's no plan B, you're declaring to the world that you're here to conquer. Not to participate, not to blend in, but to dominate. You've chosen to bet on yourself, and that's the greatest gamble you'll ever take. It's risky, sure, but you have to understand something. Staying in your comfort zone is the biggest risk of all. Playing it safe is a slow death. It robs you of your potential, your dreams, and your greatness. So if you're scared, good. Fear means you're alive. It means you're stretching, growing, and moving into the unknown. And that's where the magic happens. You're going to be tested. Life is going to throw curveballs at you, try to knock you off course, make you question everything. The path to success is full of tests, and those tests don't come to defeat you. They come to prepare you. They're sharpening your skills, strengthening your resolve, and forcing you to prove just how much you want it. Don't resent the challenges. Welcome them. They're not obstacles. They're stepping stones. Each one you overcome brings you closer to where you're meant to be. And listen, you've got to keep your fire burning even when the world feels cold. Nobody's gonna hand you a lighter. Nobody's gonna stoke that flame for you. That's your job. So when doubt creeps in, when fear starts whispering in your ear, you've got to fight back. You've got to remind yourself who you are, what you're here for, and why you started. You gotta reignite that fire every single day. And when it burns, let it burn bright enough to light the way, even when the path isn't clear. Some people are gonna misunderstand your focus. They'll see your determination as obsession, your drive as arrogance, your sacrifices as foolishness. But let me tell you something. People always criticize what they don't understand. They don't see the vision. They don't see the hours you've put in, the battles you've fought, the price you've paid. And that's fine. It's not their dream to understand. It's yours. So let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them stand on the sidelines while you're out there making things happen. You've got to learn to love the process, even when it's painful. Success isn't just about the big moments. It's about the countless little moments that no one sees. It's about the nights you stayed up working while everyone else was sleeping. It's about the times you kept going when your body begged you to stop. It's about the sacrifices you made, the doubts you pushed through, the fears you faced. That's where the real magic happens. That's where you grow, evolve, and transform. And don't underestimate the power of momentum. When you're locked in, when you're taking consistent action every day, you build a force that's hard to stop. Momentum is your best friend. It keeps you moving forward even when things get tough. So start small. Take one step, then another, then another. It doesn't matter how slow you go as long as you don't stop. Because every step you take brings you closer to your goal, and before you know it, you've built unstoppable momentum. Now let's talk about pain. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. The pain of hard work, of sacrifice, of discipline, that's the kind of pain that makes you stronger. The pain of regret, though, that's the pain that lingers. That's the pain that eats away at you. So when you're faced with a choice, choose the pain of growth over the pain of regret. Choose to push through, to keep going, to give it your all. Because the pain of growth is temporary, but the rewards last a lifetime. You've got to stop waiting for the perfect moment too. There's no such thing as the perfect time. There's only now. Right now, in this moment, you have the power to take action, to move closer to your goal, to make progress. Don't wait for the stars to align, for the circumstances to be just right, for the fear to disappear. Take imperfect action. Move forward, even if you're scared, even if you're unsure, even if you don't know what's going to happen next, because progress beats perfection every single time. And while you're out there grinding, don't forget to take care of yourself. Success isn't just about achieving your goals. It's about enjoying the journey. It's about being healthy, happy, and fulfilled along the way. So eat right, sleep well, and make time for the things that bring you joy, because a burnt-out version of you isn't going to win. A strong, energized, and focused version of you, that's who's going to crush it. You've got to stay adaptable too. The path to success isn't a straight line. It's full of detours, roadblocks, and unexpected turns, but that's not a reason to give up. It's a reason to adjust, to find another way, to get creative. The goal stays the same, but the path, that can change. So when things don't go as planned, don't panic, don't quit, pivot, adapt, keep moving, because as long as you're moving forward, you're still in the game. And let me say this, you're gonna outgrow people. That's part of the process. As you rise, as you elevate, some people won't be able to come with you. They'll try to hold you back, to keep you small, to make you doubt yourself. And it's not because they're bad people. It's because your growth scares them. It reminds them of their own potential, their own dreams, their own fears. But you can't dim your light to make them comfortable. You've got to keep shining, keep rising, and let them deal with their own insecurities. Every day, remind yourself of your vision. Write it down, speak it out loud, visualize it, feel it, make it so real in your mind that there's no way you can ignore it. Your vision is your guide, your North Star, your reason for everything you're doing. When the doubt creeps in, when the fear tries to take over, go back to your vision. Let it remind you why you started, and let it keep you moving forward. And finally, understand this: your success isn't just about you. When you achieve your dream, you're not just changing your life, you're changing the lives of everyone around you. You're inspiring them, empowering them, and showing them what's possible. You're breaking barriers, shattering limits, and proving that greatness isn't reserved for a chosen few. It's available to anyone who's willing to work for it. So keep going, keep grinding, keep believing, because you're not just chasing a goal, you're building a legacy. And legacies aren't built by people who quit. They're built by people who refuse to give up, no matter what. Now, go out there and make it happen. When you commit to a singular goal, you're putting yourself in a position that demands more from you than you've ever given before. It's not a casual effort, it's a declaration. It's you saying to the universe, I'm all in. There's no retreat, no safety net, no backup plan. That kind of commitment is rare because it's terrifying, it's raw, but it's also liberating. You've eliminated all the distractions, all the what ifs, and left yourself with a single mission. That clarity, that's your superpower. When there's no plan B, you're forced to innovate. You're forced to find a way, even when the way isn't clear. You don't have the luxury of excuses. You don't have the option to fold. That pressure, it molds you. It sharpens you. It brings out strengths and skills you didn't even know you had. Pressure isn't the enemy. It's the proving ground. It's where the weak give up and the strong break through. Think about it. Every time you've ever been in a situation where there was no other option, didn't you rise to the occasion? When you were backed into a corner, didn't you fight harder, think faster, push further? That's the beauty of NoPlanB. It forces you to tap into your full potential. It demands that you show up as your best self, not just once, but over and over again. You've got to remind yourself daily that this is bigger than you. Whatever your goal is, it's not just about achieving it, it's about who you're becoming in the process. It's about the growth, the lessons, the transformation. That's the real prize. The goal is just the catalyst. It's the thing that sets the journey in motion. But along the way, you're going to discover things about yourself that you never would have known otherwise. There's a version of you on the other side of this journey that you haven't met yet. That version of you is stronger, wiser, more resilient. But you don't get to meet that version of you if you quit. You don't get to unlock that potential if you give up. So keep going, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because every step you take, every challenge you overcome, every sacrifice you make, it's all bringing you closer to becoming the person you were meant to be. And let's talk about the sacrifices for a minute, because there will be sacrifices. You're gonna have to give up some things to get what you really want. You might have to give up comfort, security, and even relationships that don't align with your vision. That's not easy. It's gonna hurt. But here's the thing. You can't hold on to the old version of you and expect to step into the new one. You've got to let go of what's holding you back to reach for what's ahead. And yeah, people might call you crazy. They might say you're too intense, too focused, too driven. Let them, because the truth is, the people who achieve extraordinary things are the ones who are willing to be misunderstood, They don't care about fitting in. They care about making an impact. They care about turning their dreams into reality. So let them talk. Let them doubt. You don't owe them an explanation. Your results will speak for themselves. It's important to surround yourself with people who get it. People who lift you up, challenge you, and push you to be better. Because the people you surround yourself with will either propel you forward or hold you back. Find those people who see your potential, who believe in your vision, who want to see you win. And if you can't find them, be your own biggest supporter. Be your own cheerleader. Because at the end of the day, the only person who truly needs to believe in you is you. There will be days when it feels like nothing is happening. Days when it feels like all your hard work is for nothing. But that's an illusion. Progress isn't always visible. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Think about a seed underground. It's growing roots, establishing a foundation, but you can't see any of that. Then one day, it breaks through the surface. That's how success works. The roots are your discipline, your consistency, your daily grind, and when the time is right, you'll break through. And let me tell you this, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who chase it, who fight for it, who refuse to give up. You've got to be relentless. You've got to be willing to outwork, outlast, and outsmart the competition. Because nothing worth having comes easy. If it did, everyone would have it. The fact that it's hard is what makes it valuable. It's what makes it rare. And if you're willing to put in the work, you can have it. You're going to feel fear along the way. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But fear isn't a sign to stop. It's a sign to keep going. Fear means you're stepping out of your comfort zone. And that's exactly where you need to be. So when fear shows up, don't run from it. Face it, use it, let it fuel you. Because the only way to overcome fear is to move through it. There's power in repetition. Doing the same thing day in and day out might not seem glamorous, but that's how you build mastery. That's how you develop the skills and habits you need to succeed. It's not about doing something once and expecting results. It's about doing it over and over again until it becomes second nature, until it's a part of who you are. So embrace the repetition. Fall in love with the process, because that's where the magic happens. And don't forget to celebrate the small wins along the way. It's easy to get so focused on the big goal that you overlook the progress you're making, but every step forward is a victory. Every milestone, no matter how small, is proof that you're moving in the right direction. So take a moment to acknowledge your progress. Let it remind you that you're capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Your focus is your power. Whatever you focus on grows. So if you're focusing on fear, doubt, and negativity, that's what you're going to create. But if you're focusing on your goal, your vision, and your potential, that's what will grow. So guard your focus, protect it fiercely. Don't let distractions, negativity, or other people's opinions pull you off course. Stay locked in. And above all, remember this: you've got what it takes. Everything you need is already inside you. The strength, the courage, the determination, it's all there. You just have to tap into it. You just have to believe in it. And when you do, there's nothing you can't achieve. Keep going, keep pushing, keep believing, because the world needs what you've got. It needs your vision, your talent, your greatness. So don't hold back, don't settle, give it everything you've got. Let me leave you with this. Success isn't reserved for the lucky or the chosen. It's for those who are willing to go all in, to fight for what they want, and to never stop chasing it. When you eliminate Plan B, you step into a level of focus, drive, and determination that most people never experience. You commit not just to the goal, but to yourself, to your growth, your potential, and your purpose. The journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Every challenge, every setback, Every sacrifice is a step closer to the life you've envisioned. Keep your eyes on that vision. Let it guide you, let it fuel you, and let it remind you of what's possible when you refuse to quit. So go after it with everything you've got. The world is waiting for you to make your mark. No plan B, no turning back, just forward, relentless, fearless, and unstoppable. Go crush it.